Hello, my name is Charles Joyner, and this is my first video. It might be my first video ever. Actually, I did something like it recently with uh, Brian over at Human Proof Designs, but that definitely was my first video. So I just made a product called Linkmoney App, and it's a very powerful tool for the niche Amazon affiliate sites. And there's thousands and thousands of those. I am a niche affiliate publisher. I own sites, I operate sites, and in that journey, I realized that the world needs Linkmoney App. And I kind of want to go through basically what it is, show you how it works, and then get into why we made it and why it's powerful and why you need it. So first is every Amazon affiliate niche site has Amazon affiliate links. And it could be, and most sites have not only hundreds, but thousands or 10,000s, hundreds of thousands. The site, the biggest site we've ran so far has 974,000 affiliate links. That's huge. And in that, I realized that as I'm going through these sites and I'm checking my affiliate links and so forth, I realized that these links go bad. These links could be bad. Many of these links could have the wrong store code. Also, if you buy a site, there could be several different links on that site that you don't know about that aren't your store codes. And I've noticed that the only way you're going to be able to know what store codes and what's on there is if you actually run it. And the second part is that once you have all that information, what do you do with it? And I'm going to get into that and see why Linkmoney is the only way to fix your affiliate links. So I created this site here. It's not indexed and it's got the lorem ipsum text on it and so forth, but it's a typical WordPress site that I built to show how Linkmoney works. So there are products out there that you can download all your links into a spreadsheet and then check each one of those links and see if they're working or they're correct. That's huge and it takes forever. And I'll get into that in a minute. But Linkmoney is going to goes into your site. It looks at all of your affiliate links. It runs them through our AI, our process to check them, right? And then it fixes them and puts them back. And so I've made a few posts here. For instance, this one right here, it does regular posts, it does buttons, tables, table press tables. And in this example here, and I'll show you the before and after, but here's your typical button. If you can look down there at the very bottom, it says Amazon, Osprey, whatever. The lower one is a short link, Amazon short link. This first page, or this first table here is nothing but Amazon short links. And the second table is Amazon links with store tags on them. All right. So that's one page. I also have your typical Amazon looking post, where you got your link in the header, a picture, and a check price button. This site was built and designed to show you, for me to test on actually originally, but now for me to demo and show you how it works. So Linkmoney is pretty easy to use and it's really powerful. And I'm going to get into in different articles kind of the really kind of deeper, cooler things. If you don't have an Amazon affiliate site, this is probably obviously not the product for you. But if you make money from Amazon, and this is how you make your money or some money, right? You'll want to watch this. So basically, I can go into the site or this license page that I have. It's in licenses. Once you've paid, you've gone on board, you can put whatever store code you want here. And here I have my first YouTube. It's my store code that I want on every one of these links on the site. If you look down here close, you'll see this one has a DIY shareable 00. This one has that too, and so on, right? I think this other one we had with tables, it has PF. These are all real links. It has PF Home 20 and so forth. So what I want to do is I want to make sure every one of the affiliate links on my site are the right code. And as you know, there's things like search and replace. If you know a store code and you want to add a new one, this is typical from sites that buy and sell affiliate websites. It will go find those and replace those, but it doesn't find all of them. And in the I think we're now at 400 sites that we've scanned and ran, right? There is not a single site ever that doesn't have multiple store codes all over it, doesn't have major problems, not one. So these are all real links that I have on the site that I pulled from scans to give you to show you the power of Linkmoney. So here I've got the store code I want to use. Also, some people, they might have tags like spring sale 2020. You can make your own store tags on Amazon, and in a later article I'll get into that. But this box here will save those so they don't get changed. So if you want to leave those, it's going to report all of them, but it won't change them. If you don't put anything here, every link will become this right here. So most people have one single store code, Amazon store code, that they want to use. But if you have several or one or three, you just put them here and it skips over them. It doesn't change them. Still fixes your links, still does all sorts of things to it, but it won't change your store code. This right here, this box here is called expand short links. So again, when we get back into here, we see the Amazon TO links. There's a lot of these out there. What it will do is it will expand those links, look at them, check them, right? Make sure the right store code's in there. Again, if you had a search and replace, you can never fix an AMZTO link automatically. It just won't do it because the link is shortened. Well, it will expand those and put the right code in there. Also, cleanup links. These are these gigantic links. It's got 15 inches of text on some of these links. It'll clean that up and shorten it real nice and pretty. And then also, if you have table press, it'll go through your entire table press, all of them, and fix them. That's table press. That was particularly hard to do because table press is a short code, and all those links are inside that short code. But we did it. So I'm now gonna run a scan, and basically we have a plugin. Plugin's pretty simple. You got every key and so forth to work. All the work's done off site, so it's secure. It's in the cloud, and I'm gonna start this process now. And this particular site's pretty small, right? I think it's 30, 40 pages, something like that. And a typical site with 1,000 pages might be 3 minutes. If you don't have a fast site, and you don't have fast servers, it could take longer. I think the one that we had that checked 974,000 links, I think it took about 40 minutes to do that. So it's pretty fast, but it still has to go through and do its thing and look through everything and find them all. I think we're on 35 seconds. It just finished right here. So now I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and I'm going to look at the scan that just happened. And it's going to be right here, the one I just did. Now here's your dashboard. So it's telling me everything that's that it found on the site. So this is a very important page right here. Again, I'll do articles on this later. I'm going to kind of zoom through this for now. It's my first video. So my affiliate tag on every single page is right now is my first YouTube 20. But what it found is it found no tags on 3 links. It found all these other tags on the site. And again, if you were using search and replace or any other tool, it wouldn't even know to look for these. We have sites that we've scanned that just have, it's 20 inches of store codes on there that the owner would never even know they had those on the site. So the red is typically bad news. There's no store tags on this one. That's bad news. Sometimes just because of, and I'll get into it later on a different video, but the store codes get doubled up. That could be a tool they're using. It could be some reason, some human error, something like that causes that. Also, since this is a .com, these are Amazon.coms, it's telling you, hey, you've got some out-of-country ones on there. That might be fine. but we let you know they're out of country because sometimes as we have contractors that write content or work on our sites, I certainly do, they can accidentally get the wrong Amazon country in there for a number of reasons. Again, I'll get into that later, but it's good to know that you have these on this on the site, and Linkmoney app will change those to the correct country code. And then, this is a real one right here. Somebody had a store tag for work something something tower fan remote control was used on one link. That's a real link that we found. Somebody had that as a store code. It just happens. These errors happen. And also in here, we have a detailed report. This is everything. The detailed report is everything that Linkmoney fixed. So your initial link was a short code. It expanded it and it put My First YouTube on there. And you can kind of separate these. These are all the short codes that it converted over, right? So if we go back to the site and look, if you look now down here at the very bottom by my picture, it says My First YouTube 20. These were all short codes, right? Changed them over. All of these, right? All of these down here inside the table, right? Are all changed over now. I have one store code on my site now. If I look into here's your typical looking Amazon affiliate site. It's now got My First YouTube down at the bottom there. My First YouTube 20. It changed all these and all of these on here. If you look down there, I changed all the links over. If it has no affiliate tags, right? It will have changed all of those over. See, it's got this before the scan, this had no affiliate tag on it, and now it's got it there. And Linkmoney will product links will. This is every product link you have on your site. It'll give you the slug, the URL and slug, and this is what it was before, right? And detailed report is what it was after. Then we have warning reports. Warning reports are kind of those catch-all things that you really, you'll never know you have these things. It could be and let me be real specific. These are strange things. This is not your internal, external link fixer or anything like that, like Link Whisperer or nothing like that. This is, you have a product perhaps, and it's a product, it's supposed to be a product, Amazon product, but it goes to a WordPress login, or it goes to an image somewhere it's not supposed to go. We catch that. Again, this was built by me, someone who does this all the time, and it's very specific to the money links on your site, the Linkmoney links. So there's other products that will check for broken links. I have to use SEMrush and Link Whisper. They're great products, but this is particularly for your affiliate links. So it will find the problem links and fix them, or let you know they need to be fixed if there's something crazy. And I'll show you what crazy looks like. Non-product links are links that are supposed to go to a product, but they're not going to a product. And that could be like, if you look at this one here, this is search. It's going to a search. You very well may have intended to go to a search. But if you notice this first one, Slant S, it has no affiliate tag on it whatsoever, right? So, and we actually will stick those on there in most cases. It can be going to Alexa. It can be going to help, right? Like you have a product and you're saying this is the new backpack, but it's going to a help page. These accidents happen, and usually over time, and they're very difficult to detect. And so I could have no affiliate. So this is all the before, and the after is the detailed report. And so what you can do is now, so it has all these things, and it saves these scans, because you may want to know how did this get on there, and how did that get on there? How did that get? Did somebody put it on there accidentally? Was somebody working on somebody else's site and their store code accidentally got on there? I don't know, but these definitely happen. There's not one single report we ran that we haven't seen this. It is extremely common. Let me go here. So now I'm actually going to run it again, just to show you what a scan looks like that has no problems. because now it just ran them all, it fixed them all, and now I'll do it again. One of the things that I noticed is a lot of people have all these links and they don't know that there's anything broken with them. And yes, they can download them by some tools will download them, but they won't fix them. And the only true way to know if your link is good or not is you got to go to Amazon.com, right? They have a link checker in there, right? Is to slap it right here, right? So if you got 11,000, 14,000, 20,000 links, there's just no way that a human being can do that. And I'll get into that in a minute. I wanted to get into kind of show you how it works and then get into kind of more of the details in a minute. So you can imagine getting a team together and trying to find out all these broken links. So it's at 46 seconds. There we go, 51 seconds that time. Fine. And I'll go back to my dashboard and I will look at that scan. And now it says, hey, all the tags are used correct. Now, it did find these weird one right here. This is a unique one, right? So it didn't have any errors or fix anything, but this one's kind of strange. If you look at it, it has multiple DIY shareables in there. See, it's DIY shareable 20, and it goes here, which is the right tag, right? This is actually incorrectly done. So you might need to go in, and we'll tell you where it's at, and you might need to manually fix that. Go find that link and manually fix it. But all the other links are fixed. So we'll tell you the things that we go, we don't want to touch that. You might want to check that. But everything else, it's fixed. So if we go into, let's go back here. If we go into the previous, so here's the current scan we just did. And if we go to the other one, so of the warning report, it had 89 errors, the first scan that it fixed and are found. And so it fixed 40 something of those errors that it found, right? And again, these warning reports, you got to look at them. They're just weird. Again, they could have extra JavaScript that you're going to have to fix. This is not a link. So Linkmoney doesn't know what you meant by this. We're just telling you, hey, you got a weird one here, and it's on this page right here. You need to go look at it, right? And then, again, all the non-products. A big one that we see is these searches without ASINs. So it doesn't know, Linkmoney doesn't know what you're trying to do with this search. We found them, someone has a new stove, right? And it goes to a search that's just a general search in Amazon. I'm just alerting you on that. Maybe you intend to do that, right? But you'll need to look at it. If it's no big deal, leave it there. But generally, a lot of times when you see something this big, there's a problem. And if you look at, if you go back to, let's see, these JavaScript errors, again, these monster size things, and invalids. Look at this thing. This is a real link right here. It's telling you, hey, on this page, you got this link here, and it's completely broke. Okay, so that's that. So now you have an idea of how Linkmoney works. Let me kind of get into why we made it and what led us down this path. So again, I'm a publisher. I've been doing this for a while. I listen to a lot of great people that talk about this. A lot of people, I've bought their courses and I've listened to them, and they've got me pretty good head on how all this works, right? And so I began to look at my analytics, and I started, I'm kind of a nerd, and realized how many clicks are going to Amazon, how many credits am I getting, and I realized that I started putting tags on my website to kind of track like the clicks and what I'm getting credit for, and they weren't adding up. And so I realized that I need to know that all links on my whole site, this was an 1,100 page site, which ones are actual good and which ones are actually bad. And again, that's when I put a team together and started going page by page. I use Airtable and put these big things together. So if you use a link downloader of some sort that kind of gives it to you in a spreadsheet or whatever, I don't care how you get it, right? It's going to be a gigantic pain because it isn't about getting those links. It's about fixing those links and then getting them back into the site, right? So you're going to need not only to know all the links on your site. You need to test them, and then you need a team to manage, right, this giant task, right? It's more than just having the links in a spreadsheet. It's the task of all those people working together. And then after they're done, the Q&A, did they mess any of them up, right? Are they all fixed? How do you really know? Well, AI doesn't make mistakes. It's not going to put in a 0 for an O. It's not going to do the weird stuff that humans do. It's actually going to go in and it's going to make those fixes and then publish it in your back just like that. So basically, how does I have an article here, and I'm going to put this video right here on this page, but it's called "What is Linkmoney App?" Right? I'm going to put this video right here when I'm done. One of the things that I talk about is how does it save you money? Well, if you had for here in the first tab, get all your posts and links into a spreadsheet. You could do that by buying something. You could do that by doing some plugins and getting into a spreadsheet and so forth. With a human being, that could be 6 hours, right? It could be, because it's not just taking the links in there. I need to know what pages they're on. There's some details. It's more than just a sum of just saying that. It's actually getting it to be managed, right? Linkmoney in a few minutes. And I'll get into some of these details. You need to check that each one of them work. You need to make sure all the store codes, which one store codes do you have. Again, if you have that in a spreadsheet, you'll never know which store codes that you're supposed to have, which ones you're not supposed to have, and which ones have none. Basically, I'll come down here to, I use Airtable. So I began to put this into a giant Airtable, and I have tasks going on, and I got my Kanban views, and I got all these people working on it. And I realized that these people, after they stared at it for a while, the quality of the work began to go off because you're looking at a link, you're trying to find out what's wrong with it, and you got to go type in the product to go find the actual link and just do that process again back in there and then get it back into the page and publish it. It was a nightmare, right? And I knew at that point that the human being version of this is not going to work. And it's been a little over a year now, and that's why I built Linkmoney. I got a lot of time into this, trying to think it through for people like us that have these niche sites. How does that make it easy, right? To check all this. And as you saw, it took 47 seconds for Linkmoney to fix that demo site. So again, you'll have a lot of, you get a bunch of links in here into a spreadsheet or a report or something like this. What's wrong with it? And really, I think it's important to know what's wrong with it. How did that happen? Is somebody making mistakes? If there's one of your team members, you have a lot of writers, or yourself, and you're making a mistake over and over and over again, you won't know, right? It just, and picture this, Amazon doesn't call you up and say, hey, Charles, you're sending over 4,000 people a day to Amazon, but none of the links work, and you're not getting your referral commission. They don't do that. It just goes over and you don't get credit. And again, if it doesn't pass Amazon's link right here, right, then you don't get paid. We don't use that, by the way. We built our own system that checks that. So it isn't some kind of script where it one by one checks the links, because it doesn't. It's more about, for us, it's more about finding them and then fixing them automatically. One more thing on here. So if you have, you got to think about time. So for Linkmoney, it happens in a few seconds. In a team, it takes time, and time is dollars per hour. I don't know how much you're paying them. $5, $10, $15, maybe 30. I don't know what your team is, but if you have extra people working on your site, every hour they're working is money. So a site with 200 posts and has 10 links could have 2,000 links on their site. And look at this right here. I mean, keep this in mind. It could easily have more than 10 links on the site. This right here is a mock-up tables and buttons and so forth, and it probably has 25 links on it. So I'm just doing some averages here. A 500 page could have 5,000 or 25,000. 1,000 or a post could have 10,000 or 100,000. It just depends on your site. And so you have all these sites with how many words, and the reason I put words on there because to go find these links, right? They're just buried in here, right? And to go find those. So when I'm talking about words, right? you're going through a lot of words to find those link problems. You got to highlight it, or you got to edit the post and try to find them. Linkmoney eliminates that. And then again, you go over to your Amazon to check. How long does that take just to do that? To grab it, check it, and go through it. How long does that take? And again, it looks like a matrix after a while. So how much time does it take to examine a single post, right? Look and find out. If you're faster than ever, maybe a minute, right? It's more than a minute. It's probably 5 or 10 minutes per one. But let's say you're the fastest person in town, right? So if it's got, it could be 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It could, how much time does it take to go to Amazon? Like, it could be several minutes per page. And I kind of did some generalizations here, right? How long would it take to fix 92 hours, 23 hours? It's more than that, because it's not just them doing the work, their VC's team, yourself doing the work. It's managing the work and managing that it got done and doing the publishing, getting them fixed. It's a lot more than that. And I put on here, how much time does it take to fix a single Amazon link? Let's call it 3 minutes, maybe. You got to go find the product, make sure it's the right product. Do they still have the product, right? All these things that go into 3 minutes if you're fast, right? So again, this video is kind of designed to kind of give you a peek into. I'm gonna break all of this thing, this system, Linkmoney App down, and I'm gonna break it all down into component by component. But this is more of, here it is. Linkmoney will make you money. No question about it. Because if you've got broken links, bad links, or store codes that aren't yours, right, on your site, you're losing money. But Amazon doesn't know if it doesn't have the exact store code where you're going to get that referral commission. If you don't have that on there, you're not getting the commission, right? And there's no way to find out unless you have something that, like Linkmoney, that goes through and finds them all and reports it. Again, on this one here, the scan that shows all the problems. These are real links. It's a small site, but there could literally, this is 1,800 links. It could be hundreds of thousands of links in your site, right? And it could be many, many, many posts, right? So that, in a nutshell, is what we built. I plan on rolling this out. I'm going to put this video up, my first video. I hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to comment and ask questions, and I will definitely break all of this down, each report, the dashboard, all the things that it does in upcoming videos. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it.